Live on Facebook. What up, Facebook? Live on YouTube. What up, YouTube? Live on IG. What up, IG? Haiti Biz News Show. Monday to Friday, bringing you that news that's going to keep you informed, engaged, and reacting in the most optimal way for your business investment and entrepreneurial activity in Haiti. Today is the 9th of July. Let's talk about it. Of course, before we do, announcements, right? You already know we got that awesome video that came out last week on Farmer Tricks. If you haven't seen it, haven't watched it yet, change that. It's a great video, extremely educational, extremely inspirational, and you get the inside scoop of a very strong, one of the top 3 pharmaceutical companies in the country. And also recall, I have a meet and greet happening South Florida, Oakland Park, Albert's Restaurant, one of my favorite restaurants. Really good. Just don't even come for me. Just come to check out this awesome, top-notch Haitian restaurant that's in South Florida. And so, and of course, I'll be there too, I guess, if you want to talk to me. So that's happening July 11th, right, at 6 p.m. this Thursday. So don't miss it. I would love to get the opportunity to speak with a couple of you folks, and more importantly, network. Because ultimately, the goal of what I'm doing out here is to build a community of folks who are going to act, who are actors within Haiti and Haiti's economy, and who are going to ultimately be part of the difference, right? That's going to help take Haiti to the next level. Because there's a lot of actors who are doing stuff in the charity sector, but already know that charity can only do so much, and what's going to add consistent long-term value to Haiti will be those who are in the private sector, right? So those announcements, right? So let's get to the meat while you guys are here, the news stories, and ultimately and also how you can apply those stories to what's going on. Chile is unfortunately, actually, and before I start with that, I'm going to have the Eventbrite link. It's going to be available at the bottom of the descriptions, by the way. So it's and for you guys to RSVP. Okay, just get done with that. Chile is deporting, right? It's just escalating its deporting process for Haitians in their country. They had a voluntary deportation process that has thus far reduced the amount of Haitian migrants in their country by 62%, and now they're very soon will start manual deportations of Haitians out of Chile. Okay. And what's frustrating here, guys, honestly, what's frustrating here is that, this Chilean deportation isn't nowhere as aggressive as a DR, right? DR went as far as, basically made multi-generational Haitians stateless. You might say, yeah, 1920, you're stateless, your mom's stateless, your dad's stateless, your grandparents are stateless, your great grandparents are stateless, and yeah, probably your great great grandparents, yeah, they were born in DR. Yeah, I don't care. You're black, you're Haitian, you're not a citizen anymore. Get out of here, right? That's what DR did. Chile, on the other hand, Chile said, listen, we're here to actually. Chile had a very progressive mindset. We're open to Haitians. We don't mind Haitians here. We appreciate your labor. You guys are hardworking, studious people. And what the Chileans are asking, they're trying to get folks regularized, right? I mean, it makes sense. You're in a country, you want to, know who's here, and especially you want to confirm that the people who are here because they were doing bad things in Haiti. And so a part of their process of regularization is requesting and demanding that Haitians provide a certificate from their hometown where they're originally from in Haiti, where they're residing before moving to Chile. And basically that says, in Creole, it's a certificate de bon vie MS, which is in fact a certificate of good standing, right? Basically says, per your local police station, you haven't done anything to the point where the police has had to come and speak with you, and your name's not on file for whatever reason. It's not the best system, to be honest, because what if somebody did something in another area and then moved and lived there for a little bit of time? Not the best system. right? Certainly, perhaps a better system would have been for the DCPG, which is sort of like I want to call them the FBI, but they handle much more serious criminal investigations uh, and a little more comprehensive, a little more, uh, national, right? But still, also not the best because you really have to be, basically a drug don to be on their radar, in effect, right? And but again, a very simple thing. I mean, honestly, I can tell you because I have a staffing company, and part of the criteria I require from the folks we help place is that same certificate, and it's about, it ranges from 50 to 200 good, which is in US, $2, a dollar, right? And literally you walk in, and in most places, in most police stations, you walk in and 15 minutes later you walk out, right? Some places they do a little more time to do a little more research and look at and really do a proper analysis, right? Some places require maybe 2 days for them to probably do that. And then you have your papers. Now, these guys, when they left for Chile, they didn't, this particular regularization process wasn't in place, right? But it became in place, through legislation in Chile about 2 years ago. And it should be a relatively simple thing for Haitians to go to the embassy and say, hey, listen, here's where I used to live. Here's the police station. Here's my name. Can you just get them to ship it over, and so I can have my papers so I can go to Chile and not be deported. It's a very simple thing, for any even moderately functioning government body, I would think, to be able to produce for its citizens who need this, right? But it's not happening. You have folks who have paid, who've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and the embassy in Chile has not been able to deliver these very simple, very basic papers to allow folks to live and get a better life, because Haiti's not providing it for too many people, and that's the situation, right? Chile isn't doing anything particularly aggressive. Um, it's just trying to get some assurances, right, on the people who are here in their country. And right now the Haitian government is the stop aid right now, and now the Chile is going to start escalating and actually start to mandatorily get people out. Honestly, the inefficiencies of the Haitian government and the lack of being able to do anything government related in that country, it's so known, almost to the point where it's kind of, I feel, just between you and me, guys, I feel like as if that's kind of a way for these countries to get Haitians out. They say, well, listen, we'll get you to stay, but the Haitian government, they have to give me this. But dang right, the Haitian government can't do a thing, right? And so why are you getting them involved? You see what I'm saying? Why even get them involved? Because they're not going to be able to do anything, right? And so, um, that's just my cynical take on it. But it is what it is, and I get the perspective of what Chile's trying to do, and I don't want to give the Haitian government a pass. They need to be able to do, justify their existence, by being able to do simple tasks, and this is certainly a simple task that they should be able to do. Contact a local police station and get them to forward, a document over, so their Haitian citizens in this other country can function, right? So that's the news story. Do have some messages on YouTube. Word of life. Keep up the good work. Also, LOE, when you visit places, GoPro cam, show us video. Oh, yeah, absolutely, that's what we're doing. There's a great video upcoming. Definitely appreciate it. And Chile seems to be an upward spiral economically. Yeah, they certainly are a country in an upward direction, and it certainly makes sense why Haitians want to stay there. Um, but for them to be able to do that, the Haitian government needs to do its job and provide them papers, and they're not doing that. So that's kind of where we're at with that right now. So that's that story. We have a second news story here. We're going to get into real quick, and that is the citizens of northern Haiti are fed up. They're mad, pissed off, right? Angry, rightly so. they have there's a northern plant. There's a plant, a trash landfill. I guess what I'm looking for. Landfill. There's a landfill that we talked about this before with the Haiti Biz News Show a few months ago, where we had, just to kind of catch you guys up. We've had some major developments where about it's a landfill that is about how many hectares I have here. Wow, I don't have the hectares here in my notes. That is a shame on me. Let me. I'll grab the hectare. That's the beauty of having a tab open here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. It's a lot of hectares, right? It's quite a bit. Let's take a look. Yeah, 19 hectares of land. Right. Let's go ahead and update my notes here. Shame on me. I should have that right there already. Right and handy. 19 hectares, right? So 19 hectares of land have been set aside by three communes, one of them being Cap Haitien, another one being Limonade, and a third, and specifically for a landfill that's going to be that's supposed to be very modern by all aspects and by design. The total cost of this project is supposed to be $33.5 million, and the backers are the World Bank, the French Development Agency, and the Inter-American Bank (IDB), and they're all put together. Already $10 million has already been spent. $10 million has already been spent with this development. We're already, the process of finding who are landowners and checks being distributed. That's already was done. Then in the fourth quarter, with 2 minutes left on the clock, a businessman by the name of Leslie Nazon came up and said, "No, a good part of this land is mine, and I don't approve of this being done on my land." Right? Yeah. You know, and so right now he went to court. He blocked the construction of the landfill, and that's kind of where it's been stuck for a very excessive amount of time. Anyone who's visited Haiti, that a big issue is trash. And it's not that Haiti lacks land. You leave the city, you see just the amount of just empty land it's undeveloped, that's treeless, that could function as a landfill. A lot of these places understand too that it's not that the mayor doesn't have trucks; they do. It's not that the mayor doesn't have funds. Oftentimes, they have just enough to at least make an impact, but they don't have any place to take this trash. Many times, they don't have the place to. They don't have anywhere to take it, and so this, for the North, this would have been a massive destination for trash, and it's being blocked by one man, and there doesn't seem to be much budge. There's been a federation of mayors all across the country who have written to Jovenel. Protesters are frustrated themselves. They've blocked the national road, demanding attention, demanding folks to in the government to act. Specifically, Jovenel. Jovenel has the capacity to say this is a public utility. This land is a public utility, like an eminent domain for folks who know that term, and just take it, right? But Jovenel hasn't done it, and so there's a demand right now for Jovenel to do what is in the state's interest, was in the interest of the three cities being affected, to allow a landfill to be created and help with the livelihood of so many Haitians affected, millions, almost 11, well, several million Haitians who live in this cross section, right? And so, I can understand the perspective of this businessman. I can understand. Imagine you watching, if you had some land out somewhere in Haiti, and then out of nowhere, folks said, we're building a landfill. You're like, wait a minute, this is the land me and my great grandfather fought French revolutionaries to have, and now you're telling me that you're going to build a landfill on it. Hold on, nah, this ain't happening, right? Now, I'm not sure if this is the situation with Nazon. I'm not sure if he bought it from someone, but that's basically the idea. I want you to understand his perspective potentially is that this is his land, and even if it doesn't go back that far, him or his father or someone in his family paid real money for this land, and and he doesn't seem it's in his interest to sell it for anything, right? And so we can understand that perspective, right? But here's my honest, true, opinion on the matter. It doesn't matter what you want, right? In any other country, if there's a public works project that is more important than your whatever thing that you have going on, the government has, if it's generally a public utility that's generally going to help many multi-millions of people, the government has a right to compensate you fairly, right? If the government can provide you the market value of that land, right? It should happen, and that's an ippy. That's it, ippy. That's it, right? But right now it's not happening, and folks are protesting, folks are mad, folks are frustrated, right? So analysis on both stories. The first, of course, is that with the increased deportation of Chileans, it increases the amount of Haitians who speak Spanish in the country, who can be used for opportunities such as outsourcing, such as anything that would require a Spanish to English, Spanish to or at least Spanish to French background. So certainly take that news for that aspect. And as for the landfill, that's just really something that you can't. I don't know how much you can really use from that from your as a business owner, right? But it is important to know that there are important development projects that are in the works that would have very large implications for the quality of life of people, and it's important to know what's holding that back, right? And so that's the news for today. Okay. And you already know what we do here Monday through Friday. We bring you this sort of news for you to intake, digest, process. We're doing it live for a few days this week because again we have video we're editing. We can't really get it out quick enough, and also I'm traveling myself. That's why the usual the background that you usually have isn't what it is. But we have to get this news to you by any means necessary, and that's why we're here, and that's why we're doing it, right? And I think that's it. So again, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification. You like you like the particular story, you like the particular video, make sure you share it across your network, right? And again, tune in. Make sure I appreciate the guys who comment. I appreciate the guys who leave messages that we can engage live on stream. That's one of the benefits of doing live is that I can provide instantaneous responses live on air, right? So those who do that, appreciate you. And again, we'll be back tomorrow, God willing, right? And I want to thank you guys. And until we're back at it again, we'll be back at it again. Peace.